Welcome back to the Beer Belly Ballers podcast, season 2. My name is Danny, and as always, I'm joined by Cam, A1, Jay, and Smeed. Are we all good?
Season 2.
Yeah.
Come on.
We had a nice little break.
Are
we all ready to get going into the new season?
Yeah, this one's going to be a bit longer than the previous season.
Yeah.
Got a full Prem season ahead.
It's like
I'm
10
ready
months.
to win some quizzes and actually perform on FPL and not wear the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure the punishment this year will be a bit worse than yours, because yours was pretty tame in the end.
Pants,
You
no
got away.
trousers.
Agreed.
Pants,
Yeah.
no trousers.
Pants, no trousers.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Ooh,
I don't know about that one.
yeah, that's quite dangerous.
Right, so this episode, we've got some Premier League previews and predictions for you. We've all been out having a think. Does anyone want to kick us off?
I want to kick off with the beer first.
Beer, actually,
Oh,
yes.
yes. Come on.
New
You're
series,
supposed
new
to be
beer.
professional on the
Come
I
on,
forgot we were
Danny.
doing a beer tasting.
You never done one of these before.
No.
I'm going
I'm new.
I'm going local this week. This is brewed in Bewdley.
Whoa.
20 minutes down the road.
Yeah,
boy.
Nothing Bound Brewing Co.
I thought you were going to say Green Duck.
Nah, it's not that close. It's a Indian pale ale, and it's 6%. It's called Cloud Speak. I swear I've seen this on tap in a few local pubs. So I was like, let's give it a go.
Dish out the
Give it
cups.
a whirl. I've never heard of the brewery, though. I don't know.
No,
Are
I
they-
haven't. I
are
quite
they
like the
fairly
logo
new
though. It's
or-
pretty cool.
We also get paper cups, really, hadn't we?
The
Yeah,
For the
environment.
environment,
Yeah, the
yeah.
environment.
Beer Belly
Fuck the
Ballers.
environment.
Beer belly.
Smade, you can't say that, mate.
Quite a big can, so you can probably
thank
have
you.
doubles if it's really nice.
Beer belly.
I feel like it's going to be a nice one.
I can't believe we haven't had a Green Duck beer yet.
I know.
It's only a matter of time,
Yeah.
mate.
They've only got one good beer.
That's not
How do
true.
you know?
I
That's-
think they've
that's
got loads of
I've
good
only
beers.
tried one of
Duck
them.
Blonde.
Exactly.
They've only got
Duck
one
Blonde.
good beer, and I've only ever tried one of them.
Nah, they've got some good ones, I think.
Smells fruity.
Head
Yeah,
on
it's got a bit. Yeah, it's an excellent pour. It's quite pale.
Smells quite sour, though, as well.
Bottoms up.
That's nice.
That's
That's good.
nice.
That does not
This
taste
one
like it's 6.5% either.
No,
if you were
It's just-
drinking that,
I think it's just 6, but still.
oh, 6. But
Yeah,
I
that'll
think,
get you mashed.
Yeah, you. It's quite easy going though as well. It's
Yeah.
nice actually.
I drink that.
Yeah. Well, obviously we've got a new leaderboard as well, so we're starting afresh. We'll keep the same categories, the same.
I think with how many beers we're going to have on this season, we're going to have to move them around. On
Yeah,
this
we had to
season, I
move
think.
a few around last season because we had a lot of average ones. I think that's better than average. But
Yeah, that's above average.
Yeah.
I'd
is it-
say that's second to top tier, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
What is second top tier called again? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I did the graphics and I
Is
forget the
it
name.
just decent?
Decent. I think is it banging, decent, average, and meh or something?
Yeah.
Shitter. Was that one?
Nah.
Stinky.
Shite.
Stinky
Is it
chunder
shite?
beer.
I don't know.
Yeah, we should name the bottom category after the very first one we did.
The Slay Wrecker.
Yeah, the
No,
chunder beer.
that's in a category of its own.
Yeah, that'll nearly
That's
be.
like the unranked like war crime category. That's not
It's a
even.
Putin beer.
Yeah.
Does anyone want any more? Because it's quite a
I'm
lot.
Yeah,
actually
well-
not an enormous fan of that.
Really?
No.
I'll have some.
For a beer drinker, Danny, that's poor from you.
Yeah.
It's not a.
He prefers like
HPA.
an old man ale, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do.
I
A
think
Nicky
Golden
Brown.
ale. Yeah.
I used to like the more bougie beers more, but I am just getting more and regressing into old age and enjoying like proper.
The plastic Carlins.
Yeah.
No,
Do you want to explain where you got these from anyway,
was
Joe?
gonna say, yeah.
Well, I got them a crate of 24 for free because they went out of date yesterday.
Where from?
Oh, from the Wolves, from the Molyneux.
That wasn't the nice, like the
no,
exciting
yeah,
part
my
of the
bad.
story.
No, I was working at the Molyneux and they obviously go out of date before their first home game, so they're giving them away. So
Gary O'Neill give him you personally.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Season 2 kicking off with plastic carling. That's 2 weeks.
It's
Close
no,
to
it's
being out
one
of date.
it's-
They start how we mean
It's
to go.
one day past best before. That's completely fine in my book.
Yeah, that's sound.
Beer
Drinkable.
is
Tastes like
just
Carlin.
out of date wheat water.
Beer is
Yeah.
beer.
So like you can't. It doesn't really go out. Of
No,
date.
no, no.
I mean, if you had it for years, it would, but that's not too bad.
My dad's got some home brew in the shed,
Oh,
and
Christ.
it's been in there for at least 2 years. And he was like, "Oh, you should
They're
take a
good,
bu-"
though.
Yeah, but 2
That
years in a
won't
warm
be.
shed.
No. That's
Oh, we've got
gonna-
to try it.
That's
gonna-
got to be like the finale.
It's gonna have
I'll-
bits
I'll
in the
bring
bottom
one
though.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
do
where
it.
the Beer Belly Ballers podcast ends because we all just try that.
I
And
think
just
we could die.
Yeah.
If one of us dies
Would it
on
be,
film,
like,
it'll make it quite
ridiculously
entertaining.
strong?
Probably would
though.
bang.
Maybe, but he's been through loads of cycles of being really hot in a shed and then really cold in a shed.
Yeah, but
over
you're
and
supposed
over
to.
and over.
It's supposed to be brewed at like a pretty, not high temperature, but like people do it in their
Airing
airing cupboards
cupboards,
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
don't
It
they?
might
been
add to the
through both.
taste.
I think it's going to be good because I've had one that your dad made before and it was good.
I'll bring one in next time.
Okay.
Happy days.
There we
I'll
go.
just,
That's a promise.
What's it called?
Jongo juice.
Nice.
Shout out my dad.
Shout out, John. On with the app.
He'll love that.
You'll hate that.
Right,
Right.
so are we going to kick off with our Premier League predictions for the top 4?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Go through all 4 of yours
I'll go
first.
first.
Would we want to start with our winner, or are we just gonna?
Well, yeah. Do who's going to win, and then we'll do the 4 after, because I think everyone will probably have the same winner.
That's why I think you should just go through
I
all the
don't
4
know.
straight away.
What, you don't think City will win the
I've
league?
got Man City.
Yeah.
Well, everyone got Man City,
I'll
surely.
put Arsenal.
I've
You've
Yeah.
gone Arsenal.
I went Arsenal.
I think it could happen. You know.
It can.
5 years in a row, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel as the
It's never. Has 5 been done? It's not, has it? 4.
I don't think
Four
so.
hadn't been done, had it?
No, 4 hadn't been done.
I feel as though Pep's coming to the end of his time there. They haven't been able to make as many transfers this season. I
It's
think
just
Ar-
Pep, though.
I think
I'll still
Arsenal
do it.
will
Nah.
it.
Have you seen what's happened to Arteta's face?
The stress. He looks ancient now.
It's not stress, is it? It's terrible Botox, isn't it?
He's still
looks
got
like he's
jet black
Oh no,
hair,
I've
though.
not seen it.
he looks like he's a melting Thunderbirds puppet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's bad, man. Didn't he come out and say like how many points it would take for Arsenal to win the league? They were like, I can't remember, it was like 103 or something.
Yeah.
That's the number. But
I still think they're a striker off, aren't they? That's what I
Yeah,
think is the
yeah,
difference
yeah.
between Arsenal and City. They're
Proper
not,
number 9.
yeah, they'll play Havertz up there, and he's just not. I
He's-
just
he's
don't
not-
see them winning the
he's not
league
an
with Havertz up
no,
front.
Jesus has played a bit pre-season,
Mm.
but
He's not a 20-goal a season
No, he's
striker.
not.
No.
He's not consistent enough.
when he
and he gets
first
hurt.
when he first signed, everyone was
He
like,
was
"Oh my
unreal
god, how
when he
good is
first
he?"
started
And then
playing
like I think it was just a proper purple patch when he hasn't seen that since.
Who have
Yeah.
they signed though? Arsenal? They signed
been injured.
Calafiori.
The Italian. lad.
Yeah, the
yeah.
one with the long hair.
It's a decent signing, but is it going to propel them to a league title?
No, it's just they need a striker, don't they? They need like an Ivan
I
Toney.
think they
or
already
something.
had arguably the 2 strongest centre halves in the league anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
They've probably
So-
got the best back 4 in the league.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But then they've actually got a ridiculously good team though. But it's just
Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli.
Martinelli,
Martinelli,
still there.
he's still there.
or Trossard. You've got Declan
Yeah.
Rice Holding, Thomas Partey,
They've got a
Jorginho.
fantastic team. Like, you can't
Like their team's
write them off.
brilliant.
but
Yeah.
Partey's still there.
they've not
Yeah.
got the depth that
Yeah.
City have either.
That's yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've
City have 3 teams.
Although Alvarez is off,
Yeah, 90 million.
Atletico Madrid.
You can't blame him, can you?
He wants more
No.
game
I'm
time.
No.
surprised he's gone still though, because I still thought he'd get more game time this season at City.
As long as Haaland's fit. I think Alvarez wants to play in that position.
He's
He wants to be
front,
bagging
yeah.
goals, yeah.
How old is he as well? Like 22, 23. At that age, you need consistent football.
Yeah,
to
I don't
be
blame him.
considered. Because
Yeah.
like any other team in the Prem, he'd start near enough.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like easily.
He'd walk into any team.
Who've Man City signed?
That young Brazilian lad. What's
So,
his name?
Savino or whatever. It is.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he was already part of the City group, wasn't he? He was at
Yeah.
Girona.
Yeah.
They've not had a mental window
No.
like they have done the last few.
I don't think they've been able to have that.
I don't think they need to.
Well, there's still maybe De Bruyne money if
If he gets to Saudi.
stuff happens, but
He's not going though, is he?
No, I
He's-
don't think he
Pep's
is.
come out and said he's not going. I think.
I think he'll have one more season and then he's gone.
Yeah, he'll see it through with Pep, and
At the end
then
of his contract. To the end.
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense.
It-
So we're all agreed. City,
Well,
apart from Smeed.
I think City and Arsenal, they're the top 2, aren't they? I don't see
Easily the
anyone else
best,
challenging those other 2 teams, and I think it could go either way. But my money would be on City if I had to place.
Does that mean you've got Man City second then?
I do have Man City.
And does that mean the rest of us have Arsenal second?
yeah, and I hate Ben White. Hate him. If he's come out and said, "Oh, it's like, I might be considered for the England squad now," or like, I'll consider the England
You
squad
can't pick
call
or
up now.
choose,
It's like,
can you?
Nah.
With
I'm
the
not
not
for
the
that. I'm
manager.
just like, piss off.
You put your own personal pride over your country.
But
Yeah.
he's so good. I don't think he's what England need at right back either. He's got another centre half that's kind of masquerading as a right back. He's
Yeah.
not
I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know. He's a good right back, but I
Yeah.
honestly think there's 3 or 4 English right backs ahead of him
Yeah,
anyway.
100%.
Definitely.
A lot of people won't agree with that, but
You've got Walker, you've got Trent, and if Reece James is fit, he's a fantastic option as well.
Trippier's better
Yeah,
than
Trippier as well, yeah. Don't need
There'll
him.
be a lot of Arsenal fans shaking their head.
Yeah,
right
I
now,
know. I know.
But
They
the
would.
truth is, you don't need him in the England team.
No, I don't think he's the kind of player as well that wins you a tournament. Like he's not exactly like, oh, if Ben White was on the plane, then
We'd
things would have turned out
We'd have beaten
different.
Spain.
No, not at
chance.
all.
Right. So we've got Man City, Arsenal 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Whichever
Liverpool
order.
Yeah.
third.
I've gone Liverpool third.
I've gone Chelsea.
I've gone Chelsea.
Really?
I think
That's
Chelsea.
big.
I think Chelsea.
Nah.
After they spent that £1 billion, you can't expect them to gel immediately, and they have got the quality
Yeah, but
in the individuals to make it work.
it's like they've changed the whole squad again this season. They brought in like 3 new goalkeepers, and
Oh mate, it's
they've
ridiculous.
let go of.
Now,
Yeah, they're letting go of like the spine. Their academy, like
Their
Gallagher,
captain's gone.
Trevor Chalobah's going.
I think Gallagher's a different footballer to the rest of them, though. I don't think he plays the same style as.
No, he's a bit more of like a busy.
And as well,
footballer.
to be honest, I don't see Liverpool without Klopp coming third.
I think it's going to be.
I don't think they're going to have a good season.
I
Really?
think they'll start fairly slowly and then they'll click into gear at some point.
I still
But
think,
then
regardless,
to be
though,
up
they've
there,
got.
you need to be firing from the start.
But I don't
But
think
I think they will. I don't.
Nah.
I would say the
I
same
think
with
it's gonna
Chelsea.
be a, what's his name? Ferguson situation.
What, like,
He's Man United and they're just not the same.
Nah,
I don't think
no,
so.
because Klopp, bearing in mind, you left sort of at the end of the project, but at the same time, you've got to remember he's still this season, as far as things stand. Trent's still there, Van Dijk's still there,
Yeah,
Alisson's
Salah's
still there,
still
Salah's
there.
still there.
Nunes has had a season to adjust to the league.
Yeah.
He'll come good this season, Darwin, I
Yeah,
think.
but I think you forget about players like Jota as well.
Yeah,
If Jota
yeah.
played consistently,
Yeah.
he's a bagsman.
100%.
Like, they're not going to be shy of goals. The only thing that I think Liverpool's problem might be is finding his right midfield three if he plays a 4-3-3, which I imagine he would.
Probably will. Yeah.
Because
Is that what he played at Feyenoord, wasn't it? He came
Not
from
sure. Don't know what
on
he
a
played at
slot.
final. Yeah.
Some,
I just can't see it happening with Liverpool.
No,
I can't.
I've got them down to.
I just can't. I just can't have Chelsea. I've got Chelsea not
After
in
the top two,
four.
I think there's a lot of teams who are just so far off the quality of those two teams. You could have
It's up
any
for
of
grabs,
them
yeah.
in third and fourth.
Chelsea as
Oh,
well.
I don't-
We're
I
forgetting that they've got a manager that's not actually managed in the Prem before, Enzo Maresca.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
do Liverpool.
That's a fair point, Smith.
He's made you look a right mug.
It's rare that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you go off squads alone, City and Arsenal are by far the strongest. But then I do think Liverpool have got the third strong. I think their squad is stronger than Chelsea.
I agree. What world-class players do Chelsea have on their books right now?
Cole Palmer.
Other than Cole Palmer, maybe.
Nkunku, you going off a few seasons ago when he was
He'll get
playing.
injured, mate.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva's gone. I think he was a big character in that dressing room.
Yeah,
Leader.
Reece James.
You're getting rid of Reece James
Will he
injured at the
play?
minute. Gallagher's gone. Chalobah's gone.
Have you seen that like graphic of like all of the academy players from Chelsea that have gone over the last 4 seasons? And it's like that team's probably just as good, if not better.
Chelsea have always been the same, though. They've always got rid of their academy players for nothing, and then.
No, I don't think they've done. I don't think they've done too bad a business with who they've let go. It's not like
They've made a lot of
anyone's
money
had a
from their
steal.
academy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's just like, what's the point in bringing these players through the academy just to sell them and bring in the next shiny thing and then that not work out to be?
That's not working out. Yeah.
And they've just got, but I think they've got behind the scenes problems with the whole Enzo Fernandez thing and the French players.
I don't
don't know.
And the dodginess with like selling
Like
the
the racism thing.
selling the
Oh,
training.
yeah,
Argentina
shit
won
like
the
that.
Copa
Yeah.
America, didn't they? I don't know. I just don't. There's something not quite right there for me.
I agree.
See, it kicked off massively in the Olympics, Argentina, France.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
big time.
So they played each other in the semi-finals. So after all this stuff going on with Argentina singing the racist chant, that game like boiled over at full time and it's like a massive like brawl.
Were
on the
you
pitch.
in France when it was kicking off?
No, this was like last week.
Yeah, I was in.
Danny was
I was
in
in the
France.
country, but not in the area. The game was being played in Bordeaux, I think.
Oh, okay.
So-
It wasn't
But
Marseille.
yeah, no.
Have you seen what's happened to Bordeaux Football Club, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Shocking.
bankrupt.
What's happened?
But they've just given up
can't.
their
Yeah,
title as a
Professional football
Yeah.
club. Yeah. So I think they've. I don't know if the club still exists. If they do, they've been relegated to the third tier. I think.
Is it like a monetary thing or?
Yeah. Run out
Nah,
of money.
mate, choice. Just
like
Do you know
part of
what?
the
I've had
arse.
enough of this shit. Fuck it off.
Bored now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bordeaux.
they've like
Bordeaux.
sold.
That was fucking good.
clip it up.
They've sold like all of their facilities and stuff like that, or put it up for sale and released everybody from their contracts.
I'm just reckon a training ground goes for.
What
Or West Brom
Thinking
looking
of
at
buying it.
Yeah.
Turn it into the studio, the
Good
podcast, or live over in Bordeaux.
It'd be a
That'd be
belly
fucking
ball
nice.
crossbar challenge.
Ugh.
Christ.
Fourth place.
I've got Spurs.
Oh fuck! I forgot about Spurs.
You know what? I agree. I think Spurs will sneak in.
Have you?
Shit.
I couldn't decide, so I've got Villa, Newcastle, or Spurs interchangeable.
Really?
No,
Which is
do
basically
that.
all the rest of the good
You've
teams.
got to pick one now.
I've got
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I've gone Newcastle. I've gone Spurs fifth.
I think Newcastle are going to have a really good season. They've not got like major comp to like when they built on that Champions League season. They kind of fell off because of the amount of matches, which is what I think will happen with Villa this season.
Have they got Europe at all? Newcastle.
I think they have conference, don't they?
I don't think they do.
No, I don't think they do.
Do they not?
No.
Which is probably good for them in the league, though, playing
got
less games.
Someone fact check. I swear they
Have a check,
finished
someone.
7th.
I thought it was Spurs, wasn't it? Or,
I was pretty
Ooh,
sure it was
yeah.
Spurs.
Could be.
If they
Or
keep
Chelsea.
Isak fit, I think top 4.
Well, that's the thing. If you've got Bruno feeding Isak, you've got it's Tonali back.
I don't know.
I thought his ban was over after
They
a
were sharing
season.
I don't
some
know,
great
yeah.
insight here.
what's happening with this team tonight? What's happening
Newcastle
with them? No idea.
Newcastle came 7th.
That's confidence.
Did they not? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
but-
Does it not depend on who won?
Yeah,
FA
FA
isn't
Cup.
it?
United won the
which-
FA
yeah, but
Cup.
Oh, yeah,
United
so
came
it's-
8th.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
right. Yeah. So okay,
No
so that,
Europe.
that backs my point even more. So they haven't got other competitions.
That's peak on Newcastle, isn't
I
it?
know, it's real.
Finish
Most seasons as well.
Yeah.
That gets you it. I don't know. I think they've got a stronger squad than
I like
Spurs.
I like Ange Ball. I like how attacking it is. It's fun to watch.
I quite
I
like him
I
as well
like
as a
him,
pundit
yeah.
over the Euros. He just comes across a nice bloke, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Very chilled.
It's the Aussie.
I think
So
he
it's the
had a
voices.
decent first season.
I
In the
don't
Premier League,
think he had a very
they're
good
bad
first
now.
season.
He had a great start. It kind of all fell apart by like December, which it usually does. For
yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah, classic.
Classic Spurs.
It-
Great
but
start. and
Fourth
the
was
wheels
there
come
for the
off.
taking for them, and
Yeah.
then they bottled it.
Being linked with Solanke this week. Do you reckon he'll
That
go?
would be a game changer for him, I think.
Have you seen Newcastle are linked with Gay as well?
Yeah, in
Oh,
talks.
Real
Yeah.
massive signing for them.
I saw Real Madrid, wasn't it, with Gay?
Yeah, it was
I think it's
mentioned
Non-starter,
briefly.
isn't it?
Anyone who has a standout season, Real Madrid are linked to, though, aren't they?
Yeah, Newcastle are in talks with Palace over a fee for Mark Gay.
That'd be a
at the
great
moment.
signing for them. Because they've got a pretty decent defence anyway, to be fair, with Botman. And but the thing is as well, I'm not sure what's happening. I've seen rumours about Trippier going to Saudi. But I
Aren't they
feel
going to
like,
get done by FFP?
no.
They're not.
They're
Nah,
just
mate,
one of them
I saw
teams that
something.
haven't got to worry
Well,
about
no, 'cause
it.
they sold Elliot Anderson to Forest for 40 million, didn't they? And they bought their
Mental, innit?
second choice keeper for like 35 million or something daft, and it's just playing the books, isn't it? They know what
Yeah.
they're doing.
You bastard.
They sold Minte as well to Brighton for like 30 odd
Minty.
million. He was on loan at I think Feyenoord or Twente or someone in the Eredivisie, and coming with the facts now.
You're
Been doing his
Steve,
own
you've
work.
been doing your fucking practice on your lunch break.
Are we going to do top 6, 7 then? So say, for instance, we'll do who ends up getting Conference League. Say one of the top 3 wins the FA Cup.
Well, are we in agreement that 4th and 5th is kind of Newcastle or Spurs?
Yeah.
I think Villa could sneak in.
I
I don't-
haven't got Newcastle in my top 7.
Ooh,
Really?
Ooh.
Who have you got then after?
I Tottenham 4th, and then I went with Man United.
No,
I've got Man
that
United.
Chelsea.
stinks.
Really?
Villa.
Oh, I've got Man United 8th.
Yeah, I've got a mate.
I just think Ten Hag's going to stink the gaff out. I think he'll be gone by. Honestly, I think he'll be gone by December, January. They'll bring in some randomer.
I agree.
And then probably improve and sneak in a European spot.
Even the
Nah,
players
They
they've
could do
signed,
that.
like
It's very
Yoro.
United.
They
They've
signed that.
That
Who's the
did
lad
make
that's
me
just had
cringe.
the
Yoro.
yeah,
Yoro signing for like 65 million. He's a kid still. You can't.
He's injured.
and he's injured.
And he's injured. You can't expect
End
him
of
to
October.
change the team like that. It's just. I get why they've signed him, but
Mason Mount will be fit. That will make no difference.
3 or 4
Yeah.
years, that might look to be a great bit of business, but right now it's just not what they need.
You've got Man United 5th.
I think, like
think
with a lot
they'll-
of their teams, I think they'll have a shit start and they'll come good by the end of the season.
Hoyland's
Sneak up
injured
there.
as well.
I,
He's
Oh,
only
yeah.
injured till
So like 3
mid-August,
weeks.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
3
okay.
weeks. Yeah.
I don't rate that Xerxes. You know, Joshua Xerxes they've signed from.
I think he's one of them that looks good on a highlight reel, but
Like
isn't actually
Anthony.
that
He's
great
a system
player.
player apparently. Though apparently, because he came from Bologna, didn't he? And apparently they played a very particular type of way in a system, which Man United don't play. So
I think Ten Hag's pretty stinky. I think
He won
he's
the
not
FA
bad.
Cup, and that's
Yeah,
fair
but
enough against
They're
City.
getting battered. They snuck through against Coventry,
True.
and I don't think they deserve to win that trophy. Well, you still got to win it. I know that.
Yeah,
But
they were
were-
ugly.
They were
That's
better.
how you do it. They were better
They
in
were
the.
better than City in the final. They deserve to win the
They weren't better
final.
than Coventry in the
No,
semis,
which is
though.
bizarre,
No,
but that's
yeah.
how football works, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
shit against a second-tier team and then beat the best team in the country. It's like,
So
I think they'll sneak up there, genuinely.
What? So you think
Still
United
hurts me, the
5th?
FA Cup.
Yeah.
So who have you got 6th?
Chelsea.
I've got Chelsea 6th.
Oh, I don't. I've got Spurs.
And I've put Villa 7th.
Yeah, I got Villa 7th.
Yeah, I've got Villa 7th.
We kind of agree that the
Boring.
European football will take its toll.
I
Still have a
think-
successful season.
Hmm.
I think, yeah, we stay up there and about. I don't think Watkins will get the numbers he did last year. Still think he'll get like 20+ goal contributions, but I don't know. It was a different beast. This pre-season we've been a bit poor, but
Well,
then
Can't read anything.
no, because I saw a graphic, and under Gerrard we won every game of our pre-season, and then under Emery we've lost everything. So
Louise is a massive loss, though, isn't he? And Onana's
Yeah.
a good player, but I don't know if he's Louise levels just yet.
it's a different kind of player.
Kind of just trust Emery to get the best out of him, though.
Yeah,
Just have that
you got to
faith,
remember
like-
Kamara's back as well, and I think when we lost
Mm.
Kamara, that was when we leaked a lot more goals. I think he's more detrimental in winning the ball back in midfield and keeping them clean sheets in comparison to Louise. Louise is better at going forward.
I think Diaby's a big loss, though.
Well, it's a weird one because he played every game last season for Villa, in all comps, which is a bit mental. But for 50 mil, I can't really.
You've
and I think
basically had him for a year and got your money back, haven't you? Like,
I think we made a bit. I think we made like 5 mil.
And you got Morgan Rogers coming through, haven't you?
And I think Morgan Rogers will be a big player this year. I think it'll be him and Bailey on the wings.
Do you?
Yeah,
But you got Illing Jr. and Philogene as well, haven't you?
yeah. I
Barkley
think,
off the bench as well.
yeah, I don't think he'll
Big
play.
Ross.
I think Barkley will play more than you think.
I think he will as well.
I think he'll play like cups, but I don't know. He might play a bit of like Champions League qualifier or whatever. But I can't see him being like getting many more than like 5 or 6 Premier League starts
He's
this
a
season.
really, really fucking good rotation player when you're playing more games, being in Europe.
That's what I mean.
But the only thing that I'm a bit sceptical about, he flew last season because he's the first name on the team sheet. It's whether
Yeah.
he'll keep that sort of mindset of like, I'm hungry if he's
he-
fighting for a space.
I think it's more than that. He remained injury-free, which was a big thing for him.
Yeah.
He also, actually in his first handful of games at Luton, wasn't that good. And I think when he's had that at other teams in the past, like in his previous spell at Villa or Chelsea, he got dropped straight away.
Yeah,
Edwards
yeah, yeah.
allowed him to play through that poor run of form. If that happens again, if Emery gives him the game time, will come good. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting season for
I-
Villa. But
yeah,
I
he won't
just
get
don't,
many starts,
I
but-
don't think we'll get. I'd love for us to get Champions League, and I think it is still a possibility. But as a realist, I think if we got Europa Conference, that would still be a good season for us.
My thing with the Villa, though, is like, I really think if Watkins has an injury that puts him out for a few months, you guys are struggling.
Depends
Yeah.
if Duran stays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think he
But
will.
even then, he's not half as good as Watkins. I don't think
He had
he's
some
a
big
decent
moments.
player.
He had some
but
huge
He's got an
moments.
attitude problem, hasn't he, apparently?
Have you
dunno.
not seen what happened on? So like obviously he's been rumoured with West Ham, and he was on holiday or whatever, and like, he's doing a live stream, and he's doing the fucking Hammers sign.
Irons.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, did
after
you see,
that, everyone's like can't stand him, wants him gone, as you would expect. But I think he's just, from the sounds of it, he's not going, so we'll just get a bit of a disciplinary.
I saw, Blues have got Bakuna's brother. I don't
Yes,
know.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you see him put a photo up in his Villa? He's wearing his brother's Villa shorts from back
Yeah,
in the
the
day.
shorts, wasn't it? Yeah.
He's contracted at Blues and he's being pictured in Villa shorts.
Fuck.
Put it out on Twitter or Instagram or something like that, and obviously all the Blue Nose is kicking up a fuss about it. And
Fucking idiot.
That's
funny,
just
innit?
fucking stupid.
I do
though,
find
that
it
is.
mental
is
though,
stupid.
like you're that rich and you're like, I'm gonna have my brother's hand-me-down shorts from, like.
they all do it though, don't they? They're all like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find it rogue. I just think you got that much money. Why would you have like your brother's shorts?
Yeah.
Right, I think we should move on to our bottom 3
Yeah, bottom
predictions
three.
next.
Mm.
Who wants to kick us off with those?
I'll go first.
Go
Go on,
Smead.
mate.
I've got Ipswich.
Bottom?
No, 18th.
Okay.
I think they'll have. I think we'll all feel a bit sorry for them. I think
Like a Luton.
I think they'll score quite a few goals, but because of the way they play, but I think they'll concede.
It'll be another Luton.
I think
Yeah.
they're this season's Luton. Like everyone's got a bit of a soft spot for them, but we all know that
I think
they're
we'd all like them to prove us wrong. Just
Yeah.
can't see it
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Then I've got Wolves and Southampton lost.
fucked. Of course, it's got Wolves.
Mate, why? Okay, why? I just want to know why.
I just don't think you're that great.
No, that's fine.
fuming.
No,
He's
no,
so
if that's what you
fucking
think, that's
fuming.
fine. But have you watched any of us in pre-season?
Oh,
fuck,
God.
God,
Pre-season
I
means
myself.
nothing.
I know it
mate.
means nothing, but we've not sold any of our players other than Kilman, who was pretty shit, to be honest, last season.
West
think
Ham
you
We've
did
bought
that,
some
Absolutely
very
robbed
good
him for
players.
47 million or whatever.
We've got players back from loan as well that look good.
Have you got
down.
Fabio back yet?
He's off, mate.
Is he gone?
He's not training with the team.
That's the
Oh,
reason. That's the
shame.
reason you're
Training
going
with the
down.
fucking
You need him.
youngsters.
Fabio Silva's going to get 20 goals this season.
Probably.
For he's playing for. He's one of
We
the
look
worst
good.
signings
We've brought in a number 9, so that Cunha's going to play in just behind him now. We've kept hold of Neto, touch wood. Brought in Rodrigo
Spurs are linked
Gomez,
with
who
him,
looks
aren't they?
very good in pre-season. João Gomez, another year in the Premier League. He looks
Yeah.
solid. I don't know. I think we're going about our business quite under the radar, to be honest. I don't think we're going to, come top 8 or anything, but I don't think we'll be in trouble either. I
You
think
won't be
we'll-
in trouble. You'll be mid-table.
Yeah.
So I think
Nah,
like
Go,
out,
go
Go
down,
down.
mate.
yeah, get that.
What,
The thing is,
what
I
league are you in again?
genuinely think
Championship at the moment.
How'd you get on at the weekend?
We don't need to talk about that. I think I've got a message in the chat saying nobody cares about the championship, so let's not go there.
I do.
Of course you would. Who else have we got to go
Hang
down?
on, so you got
I've said
no,
Southampton
it's him,
as
innit?
well.
Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton.
Yeah.
Have we all got Ipswich and Southampton in the bottom 3?
Yeah.
I think I could see Southampton doing something similar to Burnley, play this nice, attractive football coming up from the Championship. But if you do that against teams in the Premier League, it's suicide.
Is it Russell Martin?
Yeah, he's a good coach, but
It's similar type of football to McKenna, isn't it, though?
it's more about control with Martin, it's about possession, whereas McKenna is a bit more, I don't want to say gung ho because that's like simplifying it massively. But you know what I mean?
It's pressing, isn't it? And
yeah.
I think they'll all get found. I think the 3 newcomers
got
will
it,
all
yeah,
go down.
I
and I know it's boring to say,
agree.
but I just don't think they've
No.
got the quality.
I
I
thi-
don't
I
think they've
think
signed anyone.
The gap this season is more apparent than ever. That the 3 that have come up. I mean, always prove wrong. I swear, every season everyone says the same thing. There's always one that manages to hold on.
Not well.
it's,
Apart from
if you
was gonna
say,
say.
I was thinking this when I was looking at it. Is like, I think the 3 that are coming up are going to come down. Who do you put on that one that just survives?
There's always
Shall
a couple.
I tell you who I
Who-
hope?
who-
Who I'm sick of? I think Brentford need to go. Man.
Yeah.
So
I
I've put
agree,
an
man.
asterisk next to mine. I've put Brentford in my bottom 3 instead of Leicester. But if Leicester do get their points deduction, I think
I
it'll
don't
be them.
mind that.
Yeah.
So if Leicester start with, I think it's like -10, -12 they're looking at, they won't do it. But if they don't have that, I think it'll be Brentford.
Do you know what I mean? Like all those other teams, though, they're all. I think they're too strong together. Like Fulham, Brentford, but Brentford.
I've
to be
got,
fair,
I've got Fulham as
Bournemouth.
my overachiever
all-
this season.
Like all of
I've
those
got them.
teams, I can't see any of them going down. I think Everton will have a surprisingly good season.
I think they'll be okay, Everton.
I think
Who have they signed though?
they've signed Jake O'Brien from Lyon.
Is he any good? Because we're linked
Mate,
with him.
He's some 6'6" Irish lad.
But is he any good?
Or him-
he is all right. He scored like 5 goals
So they
last
got-
season.
He's already scored for Everton in a pre-season friendly. I
He's-
saw, but
yeah,
Is
it's
he a
'cause he-
striker?
No,
he's a
centre
centre
half.
half.
Oh, really?
So
they'll
they're
have him and Branthwaite.
yeah, so
centre half.
6'5" and
Fucking hell.
6'6". That's
Pickford in
proper.
goal.
Tarkowski will play, won't he?
That's fucking
Yeah.
Deutsch ball,
Tarkowski
mate.
was actually all right last season.
He's
as
first name of the team sheet
They
with
play a
Deutsch, innit?
5
I
with
reckon they're
3
pushing Sharon's
giant
goal
centre
now.
halves.
well. You reckon, sweet? It's about 45.
I think Brighton are going to struggle.
That's a rogue one.
I thought they'd be
Zerbi's gone?
towards the
Yeah.
bottom of the table. I don't think they'll get relegated.
So we were going to talk about things like
Flops.
overachievers and underachievers. I don't think Brighton will go down, but I have them as my underachiever.
I think they'll literally stay up by the skin of their teeth.
They'll be in the fight with, in my opinion, Leicester and Brentford.
Yeah, I agree.
Where are we putting Forest this season? Because I think they'll be down there.
I think they'll be down there as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
apart from the bottom 3 that have just come up, I think it'll be between Brentford and Forest, which are the 2 most likely from last season to struggle.
I probably agree with that.
I think
actually,
Forest
to
have
be
got
fair.
too much though with not Loftus Cheek. What's his name?
Gibbs
That's
White.
right.
Him and Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah,
You don't even want to say his name.
I think they've got too much going for.
Yeah.
Elanga as well is decent. I don't know.
This new Brighton manager is too much of an unknown for me.
He's like
personally.
30 years old, isn't he?
And he's had one, from as far as I know, one good season with St. Pauli. He got them
Yeah.
promoted from the second tier in Germany.
But
So-
Brighton always have good scouts, so
They
you would have
do.
thought that they'd have a similar sort of thing when it comes to choosing the right man for the job? Because really, the last few as long as Brighton have been in the Premier League for however long, they've always had like a decent manager. Because like
they have
you had
good
Potter,
owners,
and then Potter got the big move to Chelsea. Granted, it didn't work out for him. Then De Zerbi, then he got the big move. So you never know. Like
they do have good owners that, as you said, the club is very well run. They think these things through. They will have picked that manager and based on the smoothest transition from what's his name, De Zerbi's kind of brand of football to him. However, I just think similarly with Brentford, they've kind of, I don't want to say like overstayed their welcome in the Premier League, but
like stagnated. They're not.
Yeah,
they're not offering anything new.
I feel like they're now just on a slight downward trajectory.
I hate these tiny little shitty clubs that come into the Prem. It's just not worth having. Like
the little tin pot stadiums.
Yeah, the Bournemouths, the Brightons, the Brentfords, the Lutons. I just think get rid of them. Bring back Leeds. Bring back some like big clubs.
More.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck off the big clubs.
Nah, I want like Blues back up there, man.
Just because they've got a slightly bigger stadiums, they're shit. Get the proper little football clubs up there.
They're not proper though, are they?
They are. You saw you couldn't
Green
hack
Rovers in the Premier League.
Oh God.
Proper football clubs with proper fans.
Yeah.
Not these big stadiums filled with fucking tourists. They're shit. Get rid.
Such a nerve.
Well said, Danny. Well said.
Nah, I don't know. We were talking about our ideal, like, best ever Premier League team if you could pick your clubs, and no one's picking Brentford to be in theirs. I'm sorry.
Another flop. You might agree or disagree. I think West Ham might struggle a bit. I know they've signed on paper some very good players.
I don't think it'll click for them.
I think you look, okay, they spent 40 million on Kilman. They've bought in Somerville. They've bought in Fulkrug.
Yeah, he's quality.
But on paper, Wan-Bissaka's going apparently.
30 million for how old's he?
He's 31. But like in the Bundesliga last season, after Harry Kane, he was the best striker in the league.
Yeah.
He's a lump, innit?
Yeah, he's a unit. He is a unit.
I do think.
I think he's got the physical skill set to very easily go into the Premier League.
I think he'll get at least 10 goals, but I just think something about it won't quite click.
West Ham always have a problem with their strikers as well, haven't they? Ever since they've been in the Prem, like their striker curse is like ridiculous. You have a look at the list of them, and like I swear there's only a handful which have only ever got more than 10 goals a season.
Antonio had a good season.
Antonio's their all-time top scorer, isn't he?
He's still there.
He's absolutely washed now. He's rubbish.
I never thought he was that great anyway.
He's got like 60-ish goals.
I like his celebrations. Yeah. But Paqueta's might not play, had he? Because he's got the whole betting scandal.
Yeah, is that ban still going to stand?
I don't think the ban's coming to play yet, but I think the FA are looking into it,
Have you read into that?
No.
So apparently where the bets were coming from, it's a place in Brazil called Paqueta Island.
Is it his island or is this just a coincidence?
I don't know if it's his island, but that's where these bets were being placed from, and they were massive, and they're on for him to like make a foul.
It's like yellow cards, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to be fair, when you watch them back, like the fouls and the yellows he got were ridiculous.
Like
the ball
he's coming off as a sub and he's like just kicks someone or something. Like,
or just like kicks a ball out of play. Yeah.
The easiest way to do it is shirt pull, instant yellow. Let someone run past you, pull their shirt back, instant yellow every single time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to believe that, but I feel like it's one of them football legends. Which
it's genuinely true.
Fucking Paqueta Island. That sounds like such bollocks to me.
He's dreamt this, hasn't he?
Yeah. I hope it's true for the football law, but
I think West Ham. It'll go one way or the other. I think they'll either fly or underachieve.
I think Lopetegui. I think
it's true.
They've brought in this manager, which they think is this sort of shiny thing, and I'll tell you, while he kept Wolves up, the football wasn't brilliant. It was not exciting football. Quite pragmatic. It's not too dissimilar to Moyes, in my opinion.
I think there's more goals in the West Ham team now than there was in his Wolves team.
He had a big fallout.
Probably,
with
I mean, the squad he had.
So he was promised the world, and they said, and then he came, and they basically said, "Oh no, you can't fucking sign anyone," and he threw his toys out the pram.
Yeah, but he basically said he was going in to interviews, going like literally calling out his players, going, "Nah, these players are shit. They're not good enough to stay in the Premier League." All this. Gary O'Neill takes charge, and we had a pretty decent season last season. So it's
he definitely overachieved last season.
100%. And Gary O'Neill wasn't the name everyone wanted when he came in. He's not the glamorous name. I didn't want him in. I didn't. I'd openly say that I didn't want him in, but now I wouldn't want anyone else being in charge of the club. So
you wouldn't want
genuinely, maybe, but
Klopp.
if we're talking realistic,
Mikel
Yeah,
Arteta.
nah, fuck him.
Botox man.
Molten Thunderbirds.
I tell you, he's nailed on to have the Wolves job on there, Rob Edwards. That's
Probably
just
will,
guaranteed to happen
yeah.
in the next 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah, probably
If
will.
he carries on doing all right, he could fall off a cliff and get you relegated, and then
Nah, we'll be all right.
I think you'll be all right.
We'll have a steady couple of seasons in the champ now.
What do we think about Crystal Palace?
Steady.
It's steady.
Mid-table.
They've
I
looked
like
good in
Gla-
pre-season.
I like Glasner,
14th.
manager, good
Mm.
manager, good coach.
14th.
I think that's quite low for Palace.
Oh, I would have
No,
9th.
I think that's quite high.
I'll go like 11th,
No,
I was going to say
I was
slap
about
bang in the middle
11th,
of the
I
12th.
think
Yeah.
middle of the bottom.
11th, 12th.
for
That's the thing,
my. Why is that funny?
Middle of the bottom.
Middle of,
Right in the arsehole.
I've got Liverpool to flop.
that's just so
I
wrong.
think they'll finish about 7th.
7.
Genuinely.
Liverpool.
I could
Why are we
see
going
it
back to Liverpool?
We're on about flop.
Them off flop.
Oh, okay, sorry.
My flop's Man United.
Yeah, I think that'd be shit.
Yeah, but if they finish 8th,
Yeah, but
have
yeah,
they flopped?
if
or
they
have
finish
just-
eighth, yeah.
the same as last year.
Have they
Yeah.
overachieved?
Overachieved.
Bournemouth?
I think
Iraola?
they're my overachievers.
I think they'll
I've-
overachieve.
I've got Fulham as mate.
8th, 9th for me.
I'll put if Solanke don't leave, though,
Yes,
in brackets. Because I
true.
think
Yeah.
if he goes, I think they'll struggle for goals.
Could be like a 9th place finish for them. maybe.
Kluivert's the only real goal threat apart from him.
Semenyo is a decent player, but again,
Yeah.
knows?
So I mean, Solanke was 17 goals last season. That's a huge miss.
19 goals, I think.
Is it
Fucking
19?
lot
19
for
goals,
Bournemouth,
yeah.
3 assists.
Wow.
So,
Massive numbers.
yeah.
Do we want to finish off with our predictions for PFA Player of the Year and Young PFA Player of the Year quickly? Because we haven't
Go
got
on
much
then.
time
Yeah,
left.
I think we all agreed we were going to do Golden Boot, but it's kind of inevitable.
It's going to be
isn't it?
hard.
Holland.
Yeah. So PFA Player of the Year.
Smeed.
I've got Odegaard. Just
Okay.
based on the fact that I think Arsenal win the league.
It's fair enough.
I think if Arsenal win the league, he'll be one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
won't he?
I said Saka for the same reason. I think Saka's more likely to get it than Odegaard if Arsenal win the league.
I'm having Haaland because I think he'll have another record breaker season. I think
Ooh.
last season he wasn't firing the same as his
I know what you
initial
mean, I
one.
know
So I
what you
think
mean.
he's going to be like, and if Alvarez is gone,
Point to prove.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to be like, fuck you, I'm going to beat my own record.
I've gone Foden again, just because I think City will win the league, and I just think it's another season under his belt. Last season, he won it last season. I just think he'll
Well,
win
he's
it.
coming into his prime realistically.
Yeah.
If you think about age. What is he, 25,
I think he's a bit younger than that, isn't he?
24? I don't know, but
Might
like,
be 23.
I think it's 23.
really?
Yeah.
He's been
Sure.
around that long though, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah,
He was about
we broke into the
17,
team.
wasn't
Yeah,
he?
I was gonna say.
I've gone for based off his performances last season at the Euros, Rodri.
That's
Yeah.
a good shout.
Yeah.
It's
That's
good
not a bad shout.
I suppose
Yeah,
he,
but that's such a boring shout.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's pretty
that
good.
co- that
No,
kind
no,
of-
no.
I like
like,
that.
it's slightly
Oh.
rogue, but it's like
that kind of player
he'll
never
win
really
it,
gets
but
the.
like
It's gonna be a shit
recognition.
season if that's the case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just going to be them dominating.
Yeah, I
him
remember
dominating.
the year Kante won it, and Chelsea were good to watch, and Kante was great to watch. Like,
I think Kante's more exciting to watch than
I agree.
Rodri.
And he's
I like watching
funny.
Rodri. Yeah, Kante is funny.
Kante is funny.
Who have we all got down for our young player?
I think everyone's got the same, haven't they? Well, I've got.
Nah, I went for Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, that's a good
It's a
shout.
good-
I've
shout,
gone
you know.
Newcastle to get top 4, and I think Gordon. I mean, he had a belter of a season last season,
he was
so I
unbelievable.
just think he's only going to get better. So
I've got Palmer.
I've got
Yeah, I was going to say I've got Chelsea in my top, coming third. So
Palmer for
Palmer.
me.
Yeah.
I've only gone Gordon because I've got Newcastle finishing above Chelsea.
Although
so.
we do need to check if Palmer would definitely qualify if he's young enough, whether or not it's like at the end of the season or the start.
Nah, you will. It's 23 and under, innit?
he's 20,
Palmer's
and he's 22 now, I believe. I think.
We need to double check that.
I thought you checked it already, so you've been feeding me false
Oh,
information.
nah, I
What's
checked
going
all
on?
the.
He's
I
gaslighting,
think he's
man.
eligible. I think he's eligible.
If he is Palmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That wraps it.
Those
Ooh.
are Premier League predictions.
FPL.
Ooh,
Yes.
Join our league.
Join our
Yeah.
league.
What's the
Join
winner
it.
getting and what's the loser
The
getting?
winner's going to be getting this year a mystery football shirt.
Ooh. And it's going to
beer.
be bought by the person that comes last out of us 5.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
spoiling you this year.
Yeah. You lucky bunch.
Hopefully it's not Freddie again. We still need to get him beer.
Nah, we've got him. We've got him.
It's fine.
Right, so the code for the FPL League is going to be
Code's
up now.
Here. Code's up here. We've all got our teams. We want good team names as well. Be
Yes.
creative. Don't be boring.
Should have a prize for best team now.
We'll shout you out.
Well,
Yeah,
you-
Smee's going to give a prize away for the best team.
That was
Yes.
your idea. So
You'll get a shout out for
He
the
always
best
comes
team
up with these
now.
ideas, and when we go with it, it's like, oh no,
Well, I don't understand why I've got to do the purchase.
because you said
It's
it.
your idea, mate.
if you want to
You
do
can,
it, do
you
it.
can have a Beer Belly Ballers podcast sticker.
Yeah, look out for stickers in your local area.
Just any old stickers.
We're
Just
sending
all
Smeed
of them.
out with a reel.
In your back garden.
I'm just going to stick them on people's houses. Like the UKIP banners.
You're more likely to stick them on.
I hope we don't stand for the same things.
No, we don't. We stand for beer and football.
Yes. And on that note, we'll see you for episode 2, season 2.
See you in the next one.
So
Au
that's-
revoir.
Ta-ra.